Hey there. I wanted to get a video out so I could kind of explain my absence, but also kind of explain some other things that have been going on. Long and short of it, I had COVID. I was very sick. I was not sick enough to go to the hospital. I was not sick enough that uh, dire circumstances happened, but it was not a wonderful experience. It quite sucked, and I thought that I would, share my knowledge, my personal firsthand experience with you, uh, just so we could get it out there. And I know that there is a vaccine around the corner, but there's also a new strain coming, so it's just, this is a more serious video. I'll try to be as serious as I can. But yeah, here we go. First thing to talk about is the symptoms. So many symptoms. Biggest one, I should say it's the biggest one, was definitely one of the ones that affected me the most and is still going. Like, I'm still recovering. And that is exhaustion. I spent so many days just fighting to stay awake. One day, I think I was up for maybe 8 hours, tops. And I think I'm pushing the number on that one. But I was definitely exhausted a lot, and that made it hard to do anything. That's why you haven't seen any videos or anything from me. Like, if I was on social media, I think I might have liked some people's Twitter stuff, but that's really about all I was gonna do, because I just didn't have it in me. I didn't even have it in me to talk to people, really. When I started finally talking to people, I was talking to some friends online, and I think I went for like an hour. I talked for an hour, and I was like, okay, I gotta go to bed. I'm tired. And that kind of ties into the next thing, which was shortness of breath. I didn't notice it too much while I was awake. However, there are 3 nights in particular I can recall waking up every hour like clockwork. And it wasn't a matter of waking up because I had to go to the bathroom or get a drink of water or something like that. I was literally like flinging my body upwards, gasping for air. I couldn't breathe. And for those of you who don't know, I have sleep apnea, which prevents me from breathing most of the night anyways. This just compounds it. It just made it way worse. And I constantly remember myself just that motion of just moving up. It's just like as violently as possible, gasping for air. And when I finally got the air, having to sit there and just constantly breathe. Like get as much oxygen back into my body as I could before I tried to go back to sleep. And it was 3 straight days of that, for sure. I can't remember too well anything else. There's the next symptom, coughing. The coughing was bad. It would shake my body. And I have a fairly large body, so it did, a lot of impact there. One day, I coughed so hard, my eyes just tightened up, and I could feel just like right in here, like just this vice just pressing into my eyeballs. And I saw squares under my eyelids, like I could see squares. And all this just from a cough. And man, that just messed me up. I eventually got some medication and started getting better about that, which is why you don't hear me coughing as much. Probably when I start getting really, really tired is when I will start coughing more. Probably the worst thing. No, it's not even probably. It's the worst thing that came out of having this stupid disease was no contact. Like talking to people on the phone might be one thing, but I had no physical contact with anybody. I couldn't pet my dogs. I had to keep them away from me because if they got it, because apparently dogs can get it. I couldn't hug my mom. Couldn't hug my dad. And if you know me personally, you know that I am somebody who shows affection. And I'm not afraid to do that. So to not be able to hug people, and for whatever reason, my version went almost a month because other people getting it and not getting it, and when they would get it, it triggered throughout the house at different times. Not being able to hug people for a month really, really sucks. And I don't ever want to go through that again. Any of it, the exhaustion, the coughing, that just not being able to be there for people. It's give me a sec. This was scary. And I tried to ignore it as best I could. I just tried to play it up as I'm really sick and I got a cough and and I'm looking back on it and just thinking how just terrifying it really is, because my parents had gotten it and they couldn't fight it off. Don't want to think about that. But just to know that people I cared about greatly were being affected by this disease. They'll know me, like, yeah, I got it. I know. I'm gonna get through it, or I'm gonna try. But to know that other people got it that I care about, it really messes with my head. And I'm still trying to piece everything together. I'm still trying to. I think today is Tuesday. I think today is Tuesday. I had not expected 2020 to go out like this. I don't think anybody did, really. But the thing that irritates me the most about it all is that I was careful. My family was careful. But somebody, you know how they say you could have like your trusted ring of people? Like, this is your quarantine zone. You can only see these people. Somebody in a trusted quarantine zone was not careful. And that got to my entire house. So, do what they tell you. This virus, this disease, whatever you want to call it, it's not a hoax. It's not a joke. People are dying from this. Take it seriously. Be careful. Wear a mask. Stay 6 feet apart from people when you're out there. And if you don't have to be out there, don't be out there. Stay home. You know, I know work is an important thing. Everyone's got to get that paycheck. But what good is that paycheck going to do you if you're laid up in the hospital or worse? Worse yet, what if you decide that you don't want to wear a mask? You don't want to, you don't care what's happening around the world. You're just going to go get your stuff done. What happens when the people you care about get sick? The people that you're in contact with get this virus and get sick because you were not careful. And you cannot say that it wasn't you. Because you have every opportunity to protect yourself, your family, and your loved ones. Do the right thing. I'm gonna go through this, make sure that what I'm saying is right. Because a lot of emotion is still behind what I'm saying. But it sucks, man. It just sucks. It's not something to play around with. And I hope you never get it. And I hope no one around you ever gets it. We fought. My family and I fought to keep going. And without trying to sound offensive to many, many people who lost their lives, I told myself to get through this, I was going to be a survivor, not a statistic. And I'm so very sorry for everyone who's lost someone because of this stupid virus. Thank you for listening. I hope I make sense. Take care.